Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me, and thank you so much for joining me today on this journey of aging. And we do stories about all kinds of things that might be on your mind. And one, I think, is the topic of leaving a legacy. We've got a story to tell. Sometimes we don't think it is very exciting or that anybody would even want to know about it. But I was actually, this came to my mind because I was looking through photo albums recently, and I realized that I have hundreds of pictures of my family, my kids and grandchildren. And probably like many of you, I don't go anywhere without my iPhone. I'm documenting everything. But I looked in my albums, and I found 3 pictures of my mom. 3. That's all. And I treasure them. Of course, I keep them safe, and I've made copies of them, and that's it. But that is all I have. And my dad as well. I just wish that I had asked them more questions. Been more just aware of the stories that they had to tell, and they had good ones. I mean, I do know quite a bit from conversations and what my mom and dad went through in their early life, but it's just not the same as it is now, where we have everything to our fingertips. But Pat Skeen, one of our bloggers, wrote this article on 10 ways to collect memories and share your stories after 60. And basically the question is, what do you want the younger generations to remember about you? What's the story that you want to tell about your life? And there's, of course, lots of ways you can write it down. You can do it with a journal. And I think I'd mentioned before that I have this little book called, it's the Book of Me. And it's like a question and answer book. It's got questions that you answer by writing them into the book, and it's available on Amazon. It's called The Book of Me. But the stories, the roadmap of our lives you can share them in other ways, and just writing a memoir isn't the only thing you can do. Memory is funny, isn't it? And I think that a lot of things that we have memories of our own childhood and our own our experiences in different places, they just passed by really quickly when we were younger. But now that we're thinking about them, maybe we do have a little more time if we're not working full time, or just because we're getting older and we start to reflect, like, did I do the right thing there? Did I make the right decision? When I came to that fork in the road, did I go down the right side? And dusting off the cobwebs, Pat talks about it, like, and just dusting off the sort of superfluous stuff around our memories and getting to the essence. Do you have random memories? I recently have been having a ton of random memories. When I say random memories, I mean ones that, like, being in a park like 50 years ago, or driving down somewhere, or a conversation, like totally random, like not even associated to something that I'm going through, or, it just comes into my mind. I just feel like I've been in this place, like 2 minutes ago, and it was 30 years ago. But that's, I think for me, those are the little ones to capture. And maybe you've got a recording device, or even just jotting it down in a book. Really, really cool. So writing a memoir, as I said, is not the only option. And these are the 10 ways that Pat says you can think about sharing your stories and just collecting your memories. The first one is pictures. Now, as I mentioned, my mom, I only have 3 pictures of my mom, which is obviously not my mother's fault, because we just didn't have the cameras or the lifestyle to do it. But go through your pictures, and postcards is another thing for me, and put a date on the back. Just literally write it down when you take it. If you have paper copies. And by the way, that's another thing. When you're putting pictures on your computer, be sure to either date them, or just put down Margaret 2022 or something like that. Don't leave those pictures without a tag, because once they go into the sea of your online world of your computer, it's hard to find them. And you want to make sure you can do that. So pictures are one way. Add dates, names, and places. And those old pictures that you've got of your parents or your family, there's lots of apps now that you can add sepia to them to make them look really atmospheric and beautiful, and protect them. That's get them into a digital format. It's really, really cool. The second thing is stories. I actually mentioned the Book of Me, which is one that I'm using, but there's all kinds of beautiful journals that you can buy. Maybe this is a perfect gift for sisters, 60 and Me. Like if you've got another woman your age group that you want looking for a present, journals. They're great. And as I mentioned, the Book of Me, I think there's others like that one, where you basically fill in the blanks. You just sort of, write the answers to the questions. Letters are another thing. Oh my goodness, I just found some letters the other day. Oh, wow. I can't even begin to tell you. One was from, I guess I can share this. It was from my ex-husband. We had met on a train, and he took my card, my business card, because we'd exchanged cards, and he wrote me a letter. And it was basically saying, let's get together and have a chat. And, that was the beginning of our friendship and relationship. But it was just that letter. I kept it. I didn't even know I'd kept it, but it was special. And then I've got ones from college and other places, but letters are cool. They might reveal more than you want them to reveal, but they are fun. And so that's another thing. Parents, of course. Now, your parents, jot down their stories, record their stories. If you don't have time to just, literally write down, just have them record. Just say, hey, I'm going to just record this, make it very casual. And then you can go back and do it. You can edit it yourself, or you can get someone in the family to do it, or there's people that will do it for you. And you can have those little stories put into a book format, and it could be really a precious gift for the future. Voices, I just mentioned, what's a similar thing? It's saying, use your tape recorders. Did I just say tape recorders? Your audio recorders. This shows my age. Your audio recorders, and just tell the stories. I actually started went back to my journals and started reading them into an audio box, because I thought, who's going to read anything? But I thought I gave up after a couple of months of trying, because it was just too much, and it was too emotional. It was too random, because journals can be so perfect for challenges that you're going through, and they're talking to yourself about how to get out of this little hole you've dug yourself into, or this situation that hurts. So those moments in your life, but they can be recorded, and that's a really fun thing to consider. Another thing is, I don't know whether she mentions this, a memory box. And we did an article about this a few weeks ago, which was, things like a ring, or a thing, or a story, or an award, or something that like reveals the essential you. So a memory box is a great one. But she talks about time capsules, which are in a way the same thing. Letters, a family one, letters, postcards, CDs, things that the family, like maybe it's a big box and you just put stuff in there as like something happens, and it doesn't have to be a lot. I know I'm talking about downsizing all the time, and about don't keep too much clutter. So maybe taking pictures is a good idea for those, and have a treasure box, a time capsule online. Recipes, this is a good one, actually. And I've had so many women in our 60andMe community talk about keeping their mom's recipes and how precious they are. And we've actually talked about this, like doing a recipe book for 60andMe. That could be really fun. Like everybody provide a recipe and we could just put together a book. But I think it could be so that's another great way to save a memory and cherish it, and cherish a family tradition. Adventures and challenges. Well, again, if you had a certificate for doing a certain thing, or performing in a concert, or, just winning a race, or whatever, doing a marathon, those are really fun things to keep in a little drawer as well. And I'm not talking about keeping the actual tennis racket, or you don't have to keep the big things. It's just those little things that remind you, that are a statement about the thing that you did. And a collection, of course, if you are a collector, this is a perfect way to communicate who you are. I have a little collection of kaleidoscopes and also crystals, and they're pretty. And I think they'd be a nice little gift for someone if they found them and thought, that would be a good memory of Margaret, because she loved crystals and she loved, rainbows. My grandsons are always looking for rainbows. I'm constantly reminding them of that's what Baba loves, rainbows. Heirlooms, if there's a family heirloom, that's always a good thing to do. But make a note, like put it in the drawer of the table, or under the table, like the year that you got it, who gave it to you, what significance it has, because those things could not only could be valuable in the future, and I don't mind if they sell them, it's okay, is a nice gesture. And finally, the note she remembers that our memories take root in the hearts of the people that we love, and those are the things that they'll remember. I remember that great quote by Maya Angelou, and it said something like, people won't remember what you said. And people won't remember even what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. I just love that quote, and I hope I make you feel empowered and strong and authentic and real and beautiful, because that's what I want you to feel. I don't care what you do. I don't really care what you say in some ways, because I know the essence of you will appear in how I feel about you, and I feel love. That's all. Okay, everybody, well, take really, really good care of yourselves. Join our channel here if you haven't. I'd love to have you in our YouTube family. And if you want to join our Patreon supporters group, you would be welcome there too. But lots and lots of love, and see you again soon. Bye-bye.